Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to talk about Pakistan-Bangladesh relations. Bangladesh was previously the part of Pakistan which was known as East Pakistan. Pakistan's struggle was done by Bangladeshis and Pakistanis together against the British Samraj, which was here, British colonial rule, which was here in the subcontinent. But after the independence, since 1947 till 71, they remained together, East and West Pakistan. And then afterwards, there was a movement of Mukti Bahni, and Bangladeshis wanted to be liberated. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman worked hard for this purpose. And in this manner, after a war, 1971, Bangladesh became independent. East Pakistan became a new country, which is known as Bangladesh. We have details about it before that. As we move ahead with rest of the slides and rest of the details and very interesting facts also, and with the pictorials, subscribe the channel and share it with your friends. Watch the video fully. You will really find real interesting things about that. Now let's move ahead. It's about East and West Pakistan as brother countries, and together they worked so hard, and there were a lot of sacrifices together. And in this manner, it was very difficult to take independence from British. And when British started fighting Second World War, their interest and their involvement became so much outside subcontinent that they could not continue controlling this country furthermore. So in this manner, it was the time and the chance to get separation and independence. After partition, Bangladesh, even if East Pakistanis were too far away, almost 1100 nautical miles away from West Pakistan, but still they thought that they felt safe and they felt better to remain the part of Pakistan as East Pakistan. And later on, many things were there, like they wanted their language to be the national language, which was done. They wanted many of the facilities for Bengalis as in West Pakistan, and many facilities were given to the people who were living in West Pakistan. So in this manner, this work was going on in integration. Many of the East Pakistanis who were working as government servants were posted in West Pakistan offices, and many of the West Pakistanis who were working in the government offices were going and working in East Pakistan. Along with that, armies of West Pakistan, many soldiers who were appointed from West Pakistan, they were working in East Pakistan, and many of the East Pakistanis were here. So it was on the brotherly terms, all efforts all together. In the beginning, there were a lot of troubles and problems, but both of these countries and both of these brothers faced all those hardships of all coming weathers together. And afterwards, India's involvement, and India basically developed a group which was known as Mukti Bahni. Those Mukti Bahni members kept injecting hatred in the minds of East Pakistanis against their West Pakistan brother. And in this manner, finally, East Pakistanis started thinking that West Pakistanis were exploiting them. And in result of this kind of thinking, with the passage of time, a complete generation was developed with the passage of time from 1947 till 1971. Yes, it is a mistake of West Pakistani governments that they did not notice this thing, but there were a lot of disagreements between both of these countries which developed over the time. And there was a time when Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, during 1970s, 1965 and afterwards, he became very popular and he started demanding 6 points. And in those 6 points, he was constantly demanding that army must be separate. This is Mujibur Rahman, this is Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. And he kept demanding that army must be separate for both of these, East and West Pakistan. Then he kept demanding that currency must be different, language must be different, capitals must be two for two of these parts of the country. So and foreign relations development for two of these countries must be, two of these parts of the countries must be separate. So if there was a separation of these 6 points which were demanded by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, it was going to become a new country. And when in 1971 Bhutto won the elections, those were first public elections, 1971. Bhutto, also looking at Mujibur Rahman's stiff behavior and non-cooperative behavior, Bhutto said a word tum udhar hum idhar. And in result of this kind of statement, it was taken as that West Pakistanis wanted to be separated. And this issue was so much enhanced. In result, East Pakistanis were separated from West Pakistan. Now there were, after East Pakistan became a separate country, Bangladesh, today's basic topic is how Pakistan's relations are since 1971 with Bangladesh. So that was the background. Now let's see what kind of relations we developed after this. So after 1971's war, then Pakistan and Bangladesh as Muslim brothers, very quickly they accepted each other and they started working together. In 1974 in Pakistan, there was a conference of Organization of Islamic Countries, and from Bangladesh, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was invited over here. It was officially accepted as a separate country, and it was given full respect and value. And there were some agreements were also signed that Pakistan and Bangladesh were going to have their agricultural commodities and fish commodities and different commodities which were there. Like jute was in large quantities there, in rice and jute were there in large quantities in Bangladesh. So Pakistan was going to have exports and imports from Bangladesh between both of these countries is going to be continued. So then there was the exchange of ambassadors also in 1975-76, and there were the cooperation agreements related to trade, tourism, and media. So both of these countries now were on the equal and friendly terms with each other. Then communication links were also, and air service also, aeroplanes also started moving from one country to other in 1976. So we can see in a sequence of years in 1974, 75, 76, 70 till 77 and onwards, these relations kept developing gradually. So now air service was there, tourism was there, trade was there, acceptance of each others were there, embassies of each others were in Pakistan, their embassy was here, and Pakistan's embassy was established in Bangladesh. So in this manner, relations at government and official level were started. Then in 1978, it was decided that between Bangladesh and Pakistan, visa requirements must be softened, that both of those countries people can move and travel and trade with each other easily. In 1986, again, trade goods between both of these countries reached up to $40 million, and it was a good time for trade. And both of these countries were exchanging many goods, so these were good relations. Then afterwards, in 1985-86, in Bangladesh, there was a very severe storm, and generally monsoon storms are very severe here. And in result of that weather hit, there was a lot of loss of food, loss of life, and their houses were broken. So at that time, Pakistan was the first one who supported them and provided them generous aid, and all the medical facilities and other food requirements were fulfilled. At that time, Pakistan was very generous for Bangladesh at that time. And in the same manner, Kashmir was also supported by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and it was by Ziaur Rahman, who was the president in United Nations, in a very positive manner, which really strengthened Pakistan's stance about Kashmir. Then these two countries became the members of SAARC. These are the SAARC countries, and these are South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. And the purpose is that this region can develop if these countries are cooperating with each other in trade and education, tourism, culture. So in this manner, instead of fighting, if with friendship these countries focus on development, there is a big population and a lot of skilled workers and a lot of agri population. So in this manner, these countries can develop in a better manner. So SAARC members were there. Pakistan and Bangladesh were the members of SAARC, and it was working very successfully. Then another institution of Muslim countries. These were one of the 11 emerging economies. So in this manner, Organization of Islamic Countries also, and Commonwealth. So both of these were the members of that also. So these were the relations which were successful during these times. In the meanwhile, there was a time when Dhaka, Pakistan developed its High Commission in Dhaka, and Bangladesh developed its High Commission in Islamabad. Bangladesh remained very conscious about its activities and its relations, developing its relations since Pakistan has become a nuclear power. So these are the successful relations. There are some unsuccessful reasons also between both of these countries. In 1971-72, when there was a civil war going on and fierce fighting was going on, many Pakistani soldiers were taken to India as war prisoners. In 90,000 Pakistani soldiers were there who had to leave East Pakistan and who had to go to India as war prisoners. And later on, Bhutto worked for them, and Tashkent agreement was Shimla agreement was signed, and in result, those war prisoners came back to Pakistan, but it was a cause of unsuccessful relation and a cause of tension between both of these countries. So in this manner, another unsuccessful reason of relation was that UK just in the beginning years accepted Bangladesh, and in result, Pakistan left the membership of Commonwealth. And Pakistan did not like this idea that UK has so quickly accepted Bangladesh as an independent country. Bhutto again in 1974, when he visited Bangladesh, he talked about there was the matter of discussion related to the assets division. Bangladesh was demanding a lot of assets, which was even more than its share. So Bhutto rejected that, and at that time, tension grew, and both of these countries thought that their relations can never be better. Then in 1975, many Biharis were there, and Biharis were those people who declared themselves, who rejected that they did not want to live in Bangladesh, and Bangladesh started saying to Pakistan that they must take all these Biharis in Pakistan. So Bhutto rejected this. Bhutto said that why we are going to take all these Bihari people in Pakistan while they were the Bangladeshis, and Pakistan was also having a lot of population and a lot of problems. In the meanwhile, in 1975, when Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was killed, his family was also killed. A new leader came over here, and again the tension related to the assets grew, because Khondekar Mushtaq again started demanding fiercely about more assets than whatever they deserved. So those were to some extent given back to Bangladesh, but it was not still satisfactory for them. So if we evaluate these relations, to some extent these relations were successful on the basis of being Muslim brothers and having the same stance about Kashmir. And to some extent these were successful because they accepted Pakistan and Pakistan accepted them just after some time. So in result, these relations remained up to some extent on neutral and on balanced basis. So this is the end of the discussion. Subscribe the channel, watch the videos fully, and there are many other videos related to Pakistan's relations with other countries of the world. Watch those also. Those are going to give you a lot of knowledge about that. Thank you so very much. Take care.